Alright, what is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is your boy, The Glacier, and today I wanted to bring you guys another solo carry top lane guide using Garen once again to show you the reasoning behind my decision making. So without further ado, guys, let's just jump right into it. I'm playing on my account, Later Darsh, which is sitting at around, I would say, maybe mid to high platinum elo right now. So we are against a Riven in the top lane and a Jax jungle. They have a very, very squishy team. So this is looking like a very good game for a Triforce rush if I can get the snowball going. I decided to go Storm Raiders instead of Thunderlords. I've been kind of messing around with it a little bit lately. But I just think in certain situations, especially against very high CC, it works out much better. Thunderlord is still very good burst-wise, but it falls off mid to late game. So definitely consider running Storm Raiders against certain situations. So let's jump right into lane phase, guys. Alright, so right off the bat, same thing as last time, guys. I'm starting off in the brush, and I'm looking to get a little bit of cheese off. I'm not really able to do it right out of the brush, but he is very greedy and stays too close to me, so I'm still able to land a Q. Watch how aggressive I am with these Qs. I mean, look, he's already at half health off of 2 Qs. So I'm going to continue to farm and just relax. Anytime he steps too far forward, I'm going to land a Q on him. He's at 33% HP now. Just relax in the lane. So the reason why I wanted to use this clip is because last time we were able to solo kill Nasus a bunch of times, and we were able to just deny him the whole game because we were able to freeze and do whatever the hell we wanted with the lane. But unfortunately, I get very unlucky, and the wave ends up shoving like hell. This will happen from time to time, and it's really, really shitty when it does. But as you can see here, I end up just shoving the wave. I just say, fuck it, I can't do anything about this. There's no reason for me to stay here. So what I decided to do is, instead of wasting time up here and trying to hit Riven under tower or just wasting time, I decided to go and look for Jax in his jungle. I know he's probably doing red buff right now, or maybe he took it already, but he's got to be in here at this time right now. So I'm going to go and just try and make a play. Let's fast forward a little bit here. Alright, so look, check this out. I find him. Look at that. He is, I don't know, maybe like 40% HP. He's dead. He is dead no matter what. So I'm going to sit here and wait to see if this is warded. And it's not. So I decided to flash on him, flash Q him, and then E-ignite, and I get the kill. I grab double buffs. Now, I do want to say the reason why I flashed on him was because I thought he had flash. Obviously, if I come running out of the brush, they're going to flash that every single time, and they're most likely going to get away. But he ended up having ghost, so I didn't really have to flash. But, you know, either way, I end up taking the double buffs, and I set him pretty goddamn far behind. And I end up saying shit, didn't have to flash right there too. So look at that. Look at that juicy double buffs that I end up getting. Just a simple roam. Okay, remember, this is mid to high platinum. This isn't silver, gold, or even bronze. This is, you know, it's still low elo, but it's still, you know, a little bit higher than your average stuff. Okay? Oh, let me explain something real quick. Okay, so instead of recalling, instead of doing whatever, I decide to run back top lane here. And again, the reasoning, obviously I have double buffs, but I'm full HP, and I still have my starting items, the Longsword 3. So I would never in a million years recall after that, especially with 900 gold. So I decided to run back top and take full advantage of my double buffs. And what I end up doing there is I trade him in his farm, which was a little bit of a mistake. Kind of ended up working. But if you are going to do that, notice how I kited back from the farm there. Okay, so what I end up doing here is I decide to drag this farm up as much as I can to try and freeze the wave, which I end up doing. I don't know if you can see the farm is right here. It ends up freezing right under my tower. There was no point in me having this push under my tower when I know I can freeze this kid and zone him off of farm. And this kid makes a very, very stupid decision to try and fight me. I have double buffs, and I'm similar HP. There's no way in hell he'll ever win that. So I end up getting a nice little solo kill there. And we are doing pretty goddamn well for the first 4 minutes and 25 seconds of the game. And we got 2 kills, we got a double buff, got Riven's Ignite, perfect, okay? Now there's something I want to explain here too. Riven has no teleport, so most of you guys would end up shoving this out and trying to push it under tower. Bad, bad, bad idea. Let's think real quick. We have a cannon wave, okay, or we have a little bit left of a cannon wave. So I know that this is going to freeze right here long enough for my opposing creep wave to come and freeze it. So I decide to recall, buy Sheen, Control Ward, and a potion. And look where the farm is. Now, yes, I am losing a little bit of farm here. Not a big deal. Pushing it may have been a good idea. But I wanted this... I wanted the lane to be back right here in front of me. I wanted Riven to come here so I have more opportunity to kill her again. I don't want to have to overextend. You know, there's nothing for me to do in the jungle. This was the better play for sure. Okay, now Riven's here. So unfortunately, my stuff ends up pushing somehow. I don't really know how the hell that happened. Getting pretty unlucky with the waves, but so I guess I just end up shoving this. Let's fast forward a little bit here. Okay, here's another decision-making tool you guys need to understand. So anytime you are past this wall, if you're playing blue side in the top lane and you are past this wall, you are overextending in the lane, you need to make sure that this tri-brush is warded with either your control ward or your trinket ward. It doesn't matter. It has to be warded. I could so easily be ganked. Think about it. Look how much crowd control and burst damage Jax and Riven have in combination, okay? They have a ton. Even if they didn't, it's still, you have to be careful because look, I have no flash. I have no teleport. It's just a very, very silly thing when all you have to do is take maybe 5 seconds and drop that ward in there, okay? So now I have a huge ass wave. I'm just like, this is kind of stupid. I keep getting in this shitty situation where the farm keeps shoving under his tower. So I'm just going to end up pushing. And also, too, one thing I want to explain here is I was going to go and roam in his jungle again, okay? But I want you to look at the map. This is why you look at the map as often as you can. You can gather so much information just by looking at the map for 5 seconds, okay? So I was going to go and try and kill Jax in the jungle, but then I see he has no red buff, okay? So that's one clue. Second clue is right here. His blue buff is coming up in, I think, 30 seconds or whatever that timer is. It's coming up soon. And on top of it, there is an Infernal Drake, which is a very, very important dragon. Everyone in the game knows how good this is. That extra 5% damage buff, it's huge early game, okay? So most likely, I'm going to put all my money and say that he's on the bottom side of the map right now, okay? Which means going in here is a very huge waste of time, okay? And another clue, if we look here, I'm level 6, which means I have ultimate. This kid's level 4. So guess what? I'm going to start hitting this kid under the tower and look for a dive. I know Jax is not top lane. I don't know for a fact, but I can definitely assume so. And just in case I'm wrong, I have this ward, and we are good to go. So we have a full level advantage. We have about a level and a half advantage on this kid. Now what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start Q slapping him under his tower and just trying to get as much damage off as I can without taking too much damage in return, okay? Go for the Q slap. Proc Storm Raiders, get him down to around 60% HP. I take 1 tower hit, not that big of a deal. Basically, I'm going to keep doing this until I can get him low enough to Q and then ult him, which should be very, very easy. We probably only have to get him down to 40% HP for that. Look at that. 215 from 1 Q slap. All right? And just to make sure that I'm not going to get ganked, I drop another ward. Okay? Even though I know for sure that Jax has to be down here by this point. His blue's up, Infernal Drake's up, and instead of sitting here, yes, I could have. Let's rewind 5 seconds. So right here, I could have zoned him out. Sure, I could have zoned him out of this farm and probably sat here for a good 60 seconds. But why would I do that when this kid has no health potion? I know their jungler's going to be down here, and I know I can dive him. There's no point. All he's going to do is sit under his tower, and nothing's going to happen for 60 seconds, 2 minutes, whatever. There's no point in me wasting that time. So I decide to shove in the wave. Alright. So now Riven hit level 6, so we have to be a little careful here. I'm being a little cautious, definitely. Again, we're going to shove out the wave here. Now we have a cannon wave. These are the waves that you want to look to dive on. Or at least you can be a little more greedy on here. Oh, okay, look, I end up, because I'm watching the map, I end up seeing Oriana's running through the river. End up wasting a little bit of time, unfortunately. Okay. Okay, I see his red buff is coming up soon. So I decide to go and ward it. And then I see Jax, and I make a little... Honestly, this is a pretty good decision to go and collapse on him. But I waste way too much time here, as you can see. Watch, you'll see. For some reason, I don't know why this kid decides to run all the way around. And we go and try and all in him. This should have been an easy kill. But I underestimated his stun range, so he ends up stunning me and just walking away. And I complain about it. The stun range is broken. I'm a little rager. Not a big deal, but that's, you know, that's a little example of you shouldn't really waste time like that. We could have been top lane that entire time, pressuring that Riven and maybe eventually killing her. Okay, I see that red buff is up. I'm not really too sure what to do here, but I do know that shoving out top lane and keeping the jungler up here is the best idea. Just keep the wave shoved at all times, guys. That should be your #1 priority, no matter what is going on in the game. Keeping pressure on the map, in your lane especially, is one of the best things that you can do. Okay, so I decide to go back and grab a phage and a couple of daggers. Like I said, I'm just looking to complete my Trinity Force. I'm going to shove out the wave here again. The more pressure that I create in the top lane gives the enemy team less opportunity to take things. So, you know, they have an Infernal Drake that could be taken. There's a very low health bot lane tower that could be taken. There's just a lot of shit that they could take as a team if they grouped up. So I need to make sure that someone has to come and save this. So what I decide to do is, instead of pushing this tower, which, you know, normally a lot of you guys would think to push this tower, which with what I was just saying is normally a good idea. But you have to remember, Riven just went down bot lane and picked up 2 kills. You know, we were very far ahead of her. We had a level and a half advantage on her, almost 2. And she's starting to catch up now. She's roaming the map. She's getting kills. She's getting farm in different areas. So I don't want to push this tower in and give her all of this farm, okay? And the farm right here. If we were to push in this tower and then push this out, she would 100% soak up both of these big-ass waves, okay? And that 100% would probably put her ahead of us in terms of levels, or at least right on top of us, which we do not want. You never want that, especially when you're trying to build a snowball. So what do? Ward that, and I decide to proxy the wave, okay? Because I want to deny her every single CS that I possibly can. All right, and instead of roaming mid here, I decide to stay here and wait for Riven to walk to lane, which you all know this is what's going to happen every time. These kids are always going to run to lane. I am strong enough to kill this kid. No matter what this kid does, I can kill him, no problem. So I decide to go in with the Q slap, proc Storm Raider Splurge, and boom. No need to chase any further, guys. And look, I still don't go and take the tower. Guess what? I'm going to deny even more farm. I'm going to proxy again. And by the way, that is exactly why I like Storm Raiders. As you can see, against Riven, Riven can stun you and easily just use her full combo and kind of just kite you out for a while. But with Storm Raiders, she cannot do that. Okay, so finally the tower gets pushed in, and I denied her a lot of farm. And it's going to shove right into that tower too, so she's going to lose this entire... Do you remember how massive that cannon wave was? That was like, I don't even know, 10 creeps, 11 creeps, whatever. That's a lot of gold, okay? So I decided to get a little bit of damage on this tower. I need to shove out this wave so it doesn't freeze, okay? Shove this out real quick before I go. Make sure, before you start slapping the tower, always take the CS just so yours can move up. Okay. And now I think I look to roam mid lane here, okay? I knew Riven... I decided to roam mid lane here because I knew Riven was going to come. Okay, I knew the death timer was up. She was going to come stop me. I didn't really know where Jax was. You know, there's no point in me being top lane after that point. There is absolutely no reason, okay? I don't have ult. I don't have ignite. I'm, 60% HP. So it's time to go and do something else, all right? So I see Orianna looks pretty juicy mid. And in a second here, I see that the wave is shoving. Okay. Now, I will say this. Yes, we probably could have killed Orianna. But, as you can see here, I don't have ult. I don't have ignite. And me flash queuing over the wall is... if I flash Q, eat over the wall, and proc Storm Raiders, I probably could have gotten her down to like half HP, maybe even less, right? But then again, you got to think about it like this: risk versus reward. I'm relying on my teammates to make up my lack of damage because I don't have ult, which makes this a very risky and greedy play, which I decide is not good. So I decide to go back. Granted, if I had ultimate there, yes, I would have felt a lot better. My whole philosophy of solo queue, guys, if you don't already know, is do not ever put the game into your team's hands. Ever. Take the game into your own hands and play intelligently. And that right there is not a very intelligent play. Yes, it could have led to it very much so could have led to a tower. But then again, too, we don't know where Jax is, okay? We don't know where the jungler is. It's too risky without me having ultimate. So I decided to go back, finish my Triforce, and as you can see, pretty much every single time I back, I have gotten at least one control ward. As you can see, it's helped me keep track of their jungler. It's helped me pick off people. It is just a very good tool. You need to make sure that you're always at least getting one control ward. You know what? I honestly probably should have bought at least another one. But like I said, as long as you're going back and you're getting one, it's fine. Okay, another example of very, very intelligent decision making. Okay, obviously shoving that wave was a good one. But a lot of people in low elo are going to choose, instead of taking this tower, they're going to go and run over here and try and get involved in this mess. Whether it ends up working in your favor or not is irrelevant, because the whole point of this strategy is to push in the tower, split push, apply pressure, and then win the game. And that's exactly what I'm going to do. That's it. I don't give two shits about fighting, guys. Kills do not win games. Remember that. No matter how many kills you have, they do not win games, all right? So we're just going to shove out this wave before I go, and I think I'm going to look to go back top lane and just get it shoving again. All right. Put my control ward in this brush. Let's jump back 5 real quick. This right here, during the mid game, when you really don't have all that great of vision and you can only really put your control ward in one spot, I would say this brush is probably your best bet. It's a very uncommon brush for people to run through. I'm not saying that people are never going to run through this brush. I'm just saying if you were to place your ward here, or here, or here, your ward is more likely to be taken in all these other brushes than this one. And this still gives you great info if you put it right here on the tip. Putting it over here is not that good. So let me explain to you why you put your control ward here. If you have no vision and you're looking to gain vision of red buff or the jungler passing by to go top lane or whatever, this is the superior ward, okay? Because we have no vision in any of these brushes over here, this is the better ward. It's giving me more info here. if you wanted to put your control ward on this side, you would have to have vision in other parts of this jungle, because we would want to see someone walking over here. Very, very simple. So I decided to do that, and I'm going to run back to top lane. And I'm going to look to kill Riven. She ends up wasting her stun. And right here, I'm trying to outplay her third Q just because I don't want to get hit by it. But, you know, what we end up getting hit by it, it's not a big deal. And just a very, very simple all-in. I actually think we probably could have killed her there. Oh, yeah, so I end up chasing her down, and I just end up giving up. One thing I want to explain right here is why I didn't flash on her and kill her. Now, a lot of you guys are thinking right now, I know exactly what you guys are thinking right now. Dude, Glacier, why the fuck did you not flash on her and put your fucking giant sword in her ass? Dude, what, you got to think about it like this, guys. All right, why would I flash and kill someone that's worth no gold? Okay, we already shut her down. We already got that shutdown gold, okay? The wave is all the way down here. There's no opportunity to take any objectives, okay? Mid-game, always remember, using your flash to get a kill is only good if it leads to an objective. So if I were to have killed Riven here, and I had a big-ass creep wave and I could take the tower, then hell yes, I would have killed her. I would have 100% flashed on her. But it is not smart for me to just flash on someone and kill them mid-game and me get absolutely nothing out of it. Because think how valuable Flash is on Garen. Just think about how much value you are getting out of Flash when you are this far ahead. Remember, if I get my hands on anyone in this game, if I can Flash Q on anyone, they are 100% dead. Which can lead to some very, very big plays, okay? So I decide, fuck it. I shoved out the wave. I'm not going to worry about that. I see Orianna because I'm paying attention to the map at all times. I see Orianna is overextended. So guess what? I'm going to go and roam and I'm going to kill her. Okay? And look, because I have Flash, I feel confident in this play. Even though she probably has ultimate, whatever. Because I have Flash, I'm very, very confident in this play. Okay, she decides not to flash, and I don't have to flash, and boom, okay? Now, like I said, because I had flash, I was confident in making that play. If I used flash up top, most likely, I probably would not have been able to get that. Now, granted, let's rewind here for a second. She underestimated the damage of my fucking Triforce Garen, which you done fucked up, first of all, but she could have flashed and probably been safe, but, you know, she ends up being a little greedy, and it's fine. And right here, this is kind of funny. This is a bad example of decision making. So right here, me staying for this CS is just like me thinking I'm the king of the world. Guys, look at the map. Where's the top laner? Where's the jungler? We have no idea where they're at, okay? Even though we just killed the mid laner, sure, great job. And Yasuo is right here. There's, what we should have done is just ran the fuck away. But what ends up happening is we get flashed on by Riven and ignited. And I end up flashing, I just panicked. That was a stupid flash. And we end up wasting our flash anyway, so. Yeah, that's just run away. Don't be greedy. We have a nice lead. There's no reason in overstaying, overextending, and throwing our leads. It's exactly why people are Challenger. People in Challenger do not do things like that, all right? Okay, so I decide to go back and I grab, I'm looking to get a Yomu's Ghostblade. Now, let me explain the reasoning behind the itemization here. Obviously, Trinity Force, because we are against squishy opponents. Now, my philosophy on Garen's either going Black Cleaver versus Triforce is if I'm going against a top laner that is squishy and a jungler that is squishy, Triforce is going to offer me burst damage that I could easily kill them with, okay? There's no armor, there's no all this crap that I need to worry about with you know, Black Cleaver. If I were against a top laner that's tanky, and a jungler that's tanky, then obviously Black Cleaver would be the better choice because it's gonna scale better. They're gonna stack armor against me, and Triforce would do absolutely nothing against them. But as you can see here too, all 5 of these kids are entirely squishy. So Triforce is 100% superior. Okay, now let's move on to the second item. Now the second item is very tricky sometimes, and a lot of people build the wrong items. I decided to go Youmuu's Ghostblade here. Now, yes, could we have gone Infinity Edge, Sterax Gauge, fucking Static Shiv? Could we have gotten some big flashy item to crack kids on their fucking face? Yeah, sure. Why? Or why not? I'll tell you why not. Look, this is why we went Youmuu's Ghostblade. We don't need any more damage. You see how powerful I am right now, right? I'm 4 and 1, okay? That's all we need. I got a Triforce. I can one-shot anyone on their team because they're all squishy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a Youmuu's Ghostblade for that active to help me get to them faster, to help me roam, to help me split push. Utility versus damage. Utility wins in this situation. So Youmuu's Ghostblade is the best purchase here without a doubt. There is not a single item that is better. So we're going to go for the Youmuu's. Okay, I decided to take blue buff here, and I'm going to run back to top lane, get this shoving again. Alright, shove out the wave real quick. Like I said, always shove out the opposing wave. Unfortunately, I do not end up shoving out the wave, and I really, really want to show you guys why this is very stupid. Okay, so first of all, let me show you this. What's going to happen here is because I did not kill the opposing wave, this is going to freeze right here until both waves come and meet again. Okay, eventually one is going to end up out pushing the other, sure. But for now, until the next wave gets, this is going to freeze for a very, very long time. When all I had to do was push that one wave, and it would have went all the way down to the turret. And we would have had pressure in multiple lanes, okay? So that's the first fuck up. The second fuck up is, as you can see here, we saw Riven tailing over here. We should have followed Riven and collapsed on her with the team. And now look what happens. Now there is a full-blown fight going down mid, and I could have easily picked up all these kills, no problem, okay? But because we decided to be greedy and take red buff like a classic noob would do, we end up missing out on some pretty important kills. Okay, and of course, I try and run around and make something happen, but, you know, nothing's going to happen here. Get kited out by the Orianna. She's way too fast. I just say, fuck it. And that's a classic example of bad decision-making. You know, what's the point of that red buff? Why would you sit there? Think about it. Why take red buff when I could have followed the Riven and maybe picked up, I 100%, if I were mid lane in that situation, I would have picked up 1 kill without a doubt. 2, 3 kills, sure. If we're being optimistic, yes. But the whole point of that is you got to pay attention to the map, and you have to play intelligently. Me taking red buff and me not shoving out the waves were 2 very, very bad plays. Now, if this wasn't such a huge, if we weren't blowing them out of the water right now, that probably would have ended up being a mid tower or something, or something. It could have ended up helping them win the game, okay? Every little thing that you do in this game is going to help you either win or lose the game, and that was a very, very bad decision on my part. Okay, so after all that, I decide to say fuck it, go top lane. Shyvana ends up pinging me for Rift Herald, which is great. Always grab this buff if you are planning on split pushing when ahead. Alright. Okay, Ezreal ends up spotting me out, unfortunately. So I'm just going to shove out the wave again. We want that pressure, okay? Now I'm a little weary to mess around here because I see that there are 3 people in the top lane. So all I'm going to do is just shove out this wave again. Alright, and I end up backing off here. Yes, I probably could have gotten off 1 Q slap on the turret, okay? But the reason why I don't is because I know that there were 3 people on this side of the map, and I don't know where Jax is. So it's very possible I could have just been 3-man ganked. So I end up backing off, and of course I'm right. There's these two people up here. I don't have flash. So remember, we're playing intelligently. There's no reason for me to put myself in unnecessary risk, okay? I end up going in the brush. She gets way too greedy. Go for the kill. No big deal. All right. And also, another thing I want to explain here, too, is normally you're going to want to wrap around, shove that out, and push in the tower, okay? But because we're paying attention to the map, remember, we don't want to be like this dipshit Lucian down here, okay, who's being absolutely useless for his team. We want to group with our team now. Look, 3 people are dead. Look at that. 20 seconds, 24 seconds, 29 seconds, okay? We're going to go group with our team mid lane. We're going to say fuck top lane, and we're going to push in that damn inhib. We want to end this game as fast as possible. All right. Drop a Q slap on him real quick. Boom. That is... Well, let me drop that back real quick. Let me just show you why. Let me show you why. Split push Garen is amazing. Look at that. What is that? What is math? 616 damage from 1 Q. Okay? I want someone to tell me right now to build Black Cleaver in this situation. I want someone in the comments right now, tell me to build a Black Cleaver. Come on. Come on. Look at that. That's sick. That is so sick. All right, so we end up pushing this out, and of course, the kid gets greedy like they always do, and we secure that kill. All right. Now we're going to shove in the inhibitor. And it's just the decision making. The reason why I made this video, it's very similar to the last one, but it's very different circumstances. And I wanted to show you guys why I'm doing these things. I wanted to explain to you exactly why we're staying, why we're roaming into the jungle, why we're proxying and denying Riven, why we're doing all these things. And these things are going to help you win and snowball the living shit out of your games when you play anyone. It doesn't have to be Garen. These are top lane mechanics that you all need to know and understand to climb elo. I do this with Riven, Renekton, Pantheon, Garen. You can do this with anyone that you can run Ignite on in the top lane and get very, very snowballed with, okay? All right, now, let me see what I do here. I'm pretty sure my idea is to go top lane and just at least shove the wave out. A very popular thing to do in low elo is to overstay. So look what we just took. We just took an inhibitor. Lucian took that bot lane tower, and now all 5 of them are about to spawn, okay? Why would we stay and put ourselves at risk? There's no point. We are strong, sure, but why wouldn't we just go back and recall and then group up and end the game, okay? That's what you need to do. Because, look, we all have. I'm not the only one sitting on stacks right now. That's 2,800 gold. That's Yomu's Ghostblade and then some, okay? So everyone should do in this situation, after pushing in this tower, of course, because it's absolutely free, is we all recall and we group together. Do not overstay. Overstaying is a very, very common thing. If you have this much gold, just say fuck your team and go back. Look, I see these guys. Here's another classic example of good decision making. I decide to go back because I don't give 2 shits. Here's the honest truth of this. I could stay and I could kill this guy, blah, blah, blah. All the good things can happen. We can probably end the game, sure. But you know what? I like to play intelligently, and I don't like to put that much risk on the table in terms of gambling with my teammates' decision making and competence. So I decide to recall and just say fuck these kids. Because guess what? Even if my whole team gets aced here, what are they going to do? Like, what's going to happen? We have an open inhibitor, we have bot lane pushing, and we have top lane pushing. These kids could not do anything even if they fucking dreamed about it, alright? So I decided to go back. I grab a Yomu's Ghostblade, some more control wards, and a potion. Probably should have gotten an elixir right there, 100%. That 500 extra gold, buy an elixir. I don't know why I didn't. I was just so focused on getting to fucking mid lane. And it looks like my team ends up handling it just fine. But I'm going back because I want to end the game. I don't want to fuck around with this kills bullshit. Look at this clown fiesta. I don't care. Guys, like I said, kills don't win games, all right? Kills do not win games. I mean, unless it's, 3,000 to 0 like this game is, but so I decided to go mid lane. And I'm pretty sure these guys end up surrendering. This was just a very, very bad game for them, unfortunately. But, I wanted to show you guys, the decision-making and how it led to this. Yes, my team did very well. Yes, these kids are not the greatest players. But in the grand scheme of things, you know, we're winning because we're doing all the right things. You know, we're roaming up top lane to secure a kill on the jungler. Look at that, picking up free double buffs instead of wasting time up top lane. Most of you guys would be up here sitting there doing nothing, okay? Then we go back to top lane and we freeze the wave, okay? And we bait him into coming into us. We have double buffs and we easily close out that kill, all right? Right there alone, that set us up for the rest of the game. So, yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Drop a like on this video and do me a favor and hit that sub button. If you guys want me to keep doing videos like this, just let me know and I'll make a whole series out of this. But this one, definitely rewatch this video a couple times, think it through. If you disagree with me, agree with me, just let me know. This is the decision making that is going to get you guys into Diamond, into Master Tier, into Challenger. So I hope you guys learned something, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!